I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Thursday, July the 27th, brought to you in part by Vitalix. Vitalix has multiple solutions for controlling and repelling the fly population in your herd. Keep the flies out of your business. Get the Blue Tub. Your cows will love you. For more information, go to Vitalix.com. Another fire. I heard unsubstantiated and totally unofficial rumors that late on Wednesday night that there was a fire near the Cargill plant in Fort Morgan, Colorado. Now the contact that I got that information from has connections in that part of the country, so I took it pretty well to heart, but that is something that just scares the hell out of the entire cattle and beef industry, and we've got PTSD about it. Hopefully we'll find out here on Thursday that it was something small, wasn't a big deal. My contact said that he had heard that the chains didn't ever stop, they were just slowed, and that on Thursday they will only be rendering and be dark in the processing area. Hopefully this is just a rumor and it didn't happen, but you know, it sounds like where there's smoke there's fire, and that's kind of what we found out on Wednesday night. But be sure and check into that, and just think about how big of a scare that would be to the industry. We've seen different analysts talk about how the packers are just kind of waiting for a black swan to drop to slow this market rally. That would sure do it if it happened in a big way. If it's just a small fire and it slows processing, or if it even happened, it wouldn't be a big deal at all. But those black swans are scary, guys, and when we hear rumors about things like that, it makes us wonder, you know, what's going on out there. But coming to you from the Flint Hills, had a big day on Wednesday. Stopped at OKC West El Reno Livestock Market and visited with some folks there. Watched the sale for a little while. Stopped in Oklahoma City, traded for a car for my daughter, and made it up here to Cottonwood Falls, Kansas. Had supper with my good friend, the Godfather Jimmy Craig. Going to be meeting him early in the morning to go out to the old Cottonwood Ranch for a big delivery of yearlings that he's got out there, and just tag it along. Hope to bring you guys some pictures and maybe some video about that, and maybe a few Wild West stories. But staying here on Wednesday night at the Lark Inn Church in Cottonwood Falls, Kansas, which is a pretty quaint place if you ever get the opportunity. Talk about your board on Wednesday. August live cattle futures are up 37 cents at 178.67. October up 35 at 179.95. Your back months were kind of mixed, from down just a quarter to up 37, so nothing too big. August feeder cattle were up big because corn backed off. August feeder cattle up 97 cents at 244.20. September up $1.10 at 247.45. Back months were all up 65 cents to 105. Like I said, December new crop corn down 17 cents at 548.25. New crop November beans unchanged at 14.20. Kansas City hard red winter wheat for September down 47.5 cents. How would you like to be trading hard red winter wheat for a living? It would drive you to drinking, but down 47.5 cents to close regular trading on Wednesday at 865.25. Fat cattle trade has yet to develop. We haven't seen hardly anything at all confirmed, just some mixed bag stuff on odd lots here and there, mixed bag kind of cattle. Really nothing to sink our teeth into at all. Did hear on Wednesday that the North had some majors bidding 188 live and 290 to 292 dressed, which would be within the steady range of last week, and they're just trying to scare some cattle up a little bit, but sure haven't heard of anything confirmed selling out of there yet. Box beef cutout values were mixed. Choice was down 88 cents at 303.34. Selects up 226 at 279.81. Your slaughter picking up the pace a little bit. 373,000 through the first 3 days of the week. That's 4,000 more than last week. That's 1,000 more than the same week a year ago. Talk about what else is going on. Livestock Risk Services, that's Dakota Moss, talk about them all the time. He's your LRP specialist, guys. These prices are too high not to protect yourself. Be sure and get a hold of them there. Just asking questions is no big deal. That's free, guys. Just give them a call there. Dakota will kind of tell you what it's all about and what you can do to protect yourself on these high prices. Talk about your feeder cattle market. Your real-time index on DV auction based on an 800-pound cash auction steer up through your middle 12 states ended the day on Wednesday at 240-245, up another 93 cents, guys, and just gaining a little bit here and there every single day. Unbelievable demand for these feeder cattle, which are fast disappearing. We're moving all the cattle out of the Flint Hills here over the next 2 weeks, and not going to be a whole lot behind them there, but guys are really on these, especially if they're right off grass. Here on Thursday, Elite Livestock Sales. That's our friends that used to be at Montgomery Stockyards in Montgomery, Alabama, doing it all online now. They've got 70 loads of cattle. Got a little bit of everything. Got some calves, got weaned calves, and got yearlings. Going to be selling those on dvauction.com at 3 o'clock Central. Don't miss it, guys. Elite Livestock Sales. Talk about our big sales on Wednesday. OKC West, El Reno, Oklahoma. A little bit lighter run for them, just 5,600 head. Feeders were $1 to $3 higher. Calves steady to weak. Extremely hot there. Nobody wants a balling calf, but those hard weaned calves were steady to weak, but holding their own for the most part. Saw a stick out sale there while I was there in El Reno. 224 head, 751 pound steers bring 256.50. Bassett Livestock Auction, Bassett, Nebraska had another feeder sale, 4,000 head. Compared to the last feeder sale, which was 2 weeks ago, 600 to 900 pound steers were $5 to $7 higher. Over 900 pound steers were kind of uneven, and that was the bulk of the supply by far. Heifers steady to lower and sharply lower in some cases there. Did see that they had 73 all natural steers, weighed 865 pounds, bring 260-275. Bassett was also your national beef wire stick out sale of the day, and it was just on the heavier weights. You see 1,199 head on your automated market report through Cattle Market Central in the 9-weight category. Average 954 pounds with a weighted average price of $254.24, weighing deep in the nines, guys. That would have included a few deals that might have been all natural. On the heifers, 437 head of 8-weight heifers. A few of those bunches would have been spayed heifers. They averaged 860 pounds with a weighted average price of $250.03. Our punchy pick contest every month. We're getting close to the end of the month again. We're going to have another punchy pick winner. Somebody asked last time we put it out, what does punchy mean? Well, we're talking about cow punchers, and a lot of people call them super punchers or whatever, and then it went to punchy. But you just see something kind of cowboy out there as you're doing your chores and your everyday routine. Snap a picture of them. We don't want anything that's professionally done, but send it to us at punchy@nationalbeefwire.com. We pick the best punchy pick every month, and you get a heck of a big prize. For the winner, it gets all kinds of cool swag from Beaver Feed in Beaver, Oklahoma. Also Beaver County Stockyards. Get a whole case of Fairpiece, that revolutionary product that calms the cattle down that people are getting along with really well. Stay tuned to this video as soon as the feeder flash is over, and watch another one of those videos put together about Fairpiece. An individual quote out of Twin Falls Livestock Commission, Twin Falls, Idaho. Jake Billington sold his black spayed heifers, 168 head of them, weighed 878 at $228.75. But the most impressive quote that I saw anywhere on Wednesday in your Macrocin No BS top quote for the day come out of Bassett Livestock Auction. 101 head of 629 pound steers bring $315.75. That's your feeder flash for Thursday. Be sure and watch this video.
I see a lot of technology adoption in the feedlot industry. And then I see that the cow-calf sector is kind of a little more traditional in terms of technology use. I do research in both sides. I started in the cow-calf side, transitioned to the post-weaning cattle management, backgrounding programs, preconditioning programs. And the last 5-6 years I've been into the feedlot side as well, because in terms of research, that's where a lot of the questions are. And so at the beginning of my career it was 100% cow-calf research. Nowadays it's a half and half. That's just because of the demand that the feedlot industry has for new technologies and validation, development, application in the field. So one of the main reasons to why I got into this, the feedlot side, is because of stress and how stress impacts their immune system, immunocompetence, which translates into gain or losses in performance. That's the main reason to why I'm focusing nowadays on the feedlot aspect of beef cattle cycle. The last 20-30 years across the world, producers are more aware of the importance of stress, what to do to mitigate stress, avoid situations where cattle are exposed to stressors without the need. So there is a consensus in the industry about the importance of stress and how that impacts the entire chain in terms of a production efficiency. Now, they understand the importance, but the application of methods that minimize stress in commercial operations, we're still not there yet in terms of full adoption. We know that it gets busy. We know that time is essence, so sometimes we need to rush and we need to go fast, because that's how the world is nowadays. Development of technologies that allows us to minimize the stress on those animals on commercial settings, it's something that I've been working on for the last 10 years.